Hello everyone, this is Izzy's Travel Diaries and I'm Izzy. So previously I posted you a video on tips for Hungary. So do check that one out if you haven't already. And also I have a couple of other videos on Hungary. I plan to do more this year. So tips for Hungary, and well, this one is kind of the anti-tips for Hungary. It's a different kind of tips video. It's what you have to be careful in when coming to Hungary. So in that one, I give you the good stuff. In this one, I give you the bad stuff. Before we go on, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring that bell for future videos. Join my Facebook group if you're coming to Hungary. It's called Travel to Hungary. There's a link in the description below and I'll answer all of your questions. If you have any questions, then you can also ask them in the description, and I may do a new video based on your questions in the future. So let's get down to what do you need to be careful of when coming to Hungary. Okay, first thing you have to be careful of. Don't exchange money at the airport. So Hungarians use Hungarian forint, not euro, and don't use euro in shops because you'll get horrendous rates for exchange in shops. Really bad. Either use a card or or just exchange money at a good exchange. Look up exchange rates online and base your findings on that. I usually recommend Revolut card, which I use for my foreign travels, because you can exchange money there and they give you very good rates. And also the card is free, which is very good in this economy. So why you shouldn't exchange money at the airport? Well, I've been at the airport a lot of times and I looked at the exchange rates and they're awful. I mean, seriously, it's like highway robbery. If it was legal, I would be standing there with like with foreign, and go like, okay, I'm not going to charge you that because it's just highway robbery, really. So don't change money there. Either bring your card, get money from somewhere else, or like sometimes if you special order at your bank, because the thing with foreign is that it's not convertible, so you can't just go into any exchange place and just get foreign. I have heard of people who ordered some foreign through their bank, so that's something that you can do. Yeah, don't use the airport. Okay, my next tip is also about the airport. Use only the official taxi service or the official minibus service, or you can also buy tickets for the bus at the airport, because there is an airport bus that takes you into Budapest. Do check Google, because it can be a bit tricky as to how to get into Budapest, because you take the bus. Well, there's a bus that but it doesn't go as frequently as the bus that doesn't go right into Budapest, but you take the bus and then you take the metro, and that takes you into Budapest. So don't just go outside the airport and just hop into any cab or anything like that. Use the official service, and also try to check online how much it is and ask ahead, because I have heard from lots of people that they were swindled. So be careful of that. Be careful of taxis everywhere in Hungary. In Hungary, taxis, well, in Budapest, taxis are yellow now. There was a big uproar about this, but they all had to go yellow. There's no Uber. Uber is outlawed in Hungary. It partly because it was infringing on the taxi services. But also there are some very strict laws about who gets to drive in Hungary and who they get to drive. So Uber is outlawed. No Uber or whatever you have where you are, just taxis. But there are taxi apps that you can download and you can order your taxis from there, and also they will give you price and all of that. So don't just jump into any cab because yeah, there have been lots of cases where people were swindled by taxi drivers, so be careful. Use an app and you'll be safe. And if you have a friend who is Hungarian or speaks Hungarian, then have them speak to the taxi driver. Because taxi drivers don't swindle Hungarians, they only swindle foreign people. Yeah, we're nice that way. So I talked about money before, and do familiarize yourself with the money. It looks kind of weird for everyone. We don't actually have, so I said before, we have the Hungarian forint, and we used to have the file, which was like the cent, but we don't have that anymore. And also we don't have ones and twos because they were too expensive to make and they weren't worth the printing. So we only have coins 5, 10, 20, and 50, 100, and 200. We used to have a paper 200, but now it's a coin 200. Actually, the 100 is almost the same size as the €1, and it looks a lot like the €1. I once gave it to someone thinking there was a euro, and they were like, "What is this?" And I go like, "Oh, that's 100 forint." And I'm like, "What?" It's 100 forint. It almost looks like a €1, and it's about the same size. It's just a bit thicker. So that was fun. But yeah, familiarize yourself with the money and also with the exchange rate. Be aware of the exchange rate because it can look like, oh, I'm spending like 10,000 forints on this. And then you look at the exchange rate and you go like, oh, okay, that's not that much. Or you may go like, oh, this is just, 100,000 forints. That can't be that much. And then you go, ooh, that's a lot. So yeah, familiarize yourself with the money and the exchange rates. And also there are apps that can help you. Like I use an app where you have like all sorts of currencies that you can exchange to, and it's always like up to date. You just press it on your phone, go like, okay, this is 3,000 francs, what is that in my currency? And it just gives you the answer right there. So, and you can also use it as a calculator. So there are lots of good apps where you don't even have to think about it. You can just put in the numbers and it gives you the exchange rate and it gives you the thing in your own money. So that's a good one. And yeah, be really careful with that though. Okay, my next tip is something that is pretty much all over the world, but here especially if you come from a place which is relatively safe, like rural UK, I live there, or Japan or places like that, which are really safe. You can just leave your stuff there and it will be there. Here you leave your stuff there, you look away, you look back, and it's gone. That has happened. So be very careful of your belongings, especially on public transport. Because on public transport, especially in Budapest, we have a lot of pickpockets. There's a lot of pickpockets everywhere really, especially in Budapest. Like, I've had a couple of things stolen, but I'm very careful, and so they weren't worth anything. But yeah, and guys, don't have like your phone hanging half of your ass pocket. Like, this just going, steal me. No. Not your wallet. That's going to be gone before you notice. And not a clue. Okay, my next tip is actually something that you have to be very careful about. guard your drinks at bars. This is usually something that is very common everywhere, but in Budapest, it's a sort of a trick that you'll get distracted, maybe by a pretty lady, and your drink isn't in front of you, and someone turn away, a little GHB, and you wake up with your wallet gone, your keys gone, your phone gone, your everything gone, and that's it. Mostly it's not rape. I'm going to say the R word. It's mostly not that. Mostly it's robbery. And it has happened to one of my friends who said, like, I was going to my drink. The only time when I wasn't looking was when a waiter was near me. It could have been the waiter. He used to go out, and it has happened to him twice, that he woke up, phone gone, wallet gone, keys to the apartment gone, everything gone. And yeah, stuff like that happens. So be very careful of your drink when going out. I usually don't go out, so that's how I solve it. But yeah, if you want to go out, then be careful with your drink, especially in bars and things like that. I know room bars are really like the thing in Budapest, but yeah, not my scene though. Okay, next thing to be careful of. If a pretty girl, or maybe they do guys now as well, invites you to a bar, don't go. Like, they're going to be like, oh, where are you from? Yeah, you're so cute. Why don't we go out? And and stuff like that. And then you go to this bar, which she goes like, oh, I like this bar really much, or a restaurant, let's go there. And you go, and it could, situation A, be a strip bar, and a couple of big guys. I have talked to people, like, I was walking down Budapest, in a street in Budapest, and like an Irish guy comes up to me and goes like, where's the next ATM? And I go like, I think that way. And he goes like, you can't believe this. I was in like, this girl took me to a striptease bar, and then there were these two big guys, and they're holding my passport hostage, and if I don't take them like X amount of foreign, then they're going to like not give me my passport and stuff like that. So be really careful about that. It's a known scam. It has been written up in like magazines and stuff, so be careful. Also, they may take you to a bar or restaurant where they charge you like extraordinary amounts, like 500,000 foreign for 2 drinks or something like that, something crazy like that. So it's like, you're not that handsome most of the time. So be careful with that. Okay. So in general, my advice is be careful pretty girls who are just too eager. We're not that desperate as Hungarian women. And if you look around, you'll see lots and lots of very pretty women. They're dressed nicely, they have nice hair and all of that, and they're pretty, they're slim, they're not like me, I'm kind of a heavyset. But yeah, they're going to be thin and tall and pretty and all of that, and they're going to swindle you all of your money that they can take, like really. Yeah, just don't fall for it. Like, if you look at Hungarian guys, most of them are not that good looking, really. Yeah, oh well. Especially something went wrong on the Y chromosome. Anyway, you may be a good looking guy, but you're not that good looking, and we're not that desperate. So yeah, if a girl is coming on you too hard, then she wants your money, really. So just don't fall for it. But I'm sure this happens in other countries as well, so do that. So those were my things to watch out for in Hungary. And I hope you like this video. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell. And also, stay tuned for more videos on Hungary and the rest of the world. Thank you for watching. This was Izzy's Travel Diaries. See you later.